they will join 100 Ways in 10 weeks. What is the typical end-to-end process and a success story based on your previous cohort?
For, let's say, a lot of people, I suppose sort of what I do, what happens a lot is that people go on to film festival labs because, let's say, before COVID, there was maybe, a maximum of 3 competitions that were worth your time. That's a Blacklist, the Nickel Fellowship, and maybe Rockcliffe. But everything else would be regarded as a waste of time. But then through COVID, quite a few writers managed to make professional connections through screenwriting competitions. As always, I would, just look very carefully at what each competition does. I'd say there's always changes. I mean, that's why I wouldn't necessarily suggest any particular ones. I mean, certainly one I have recommended only recently. Just one of my writers said they got script feedback, which was hair-raisingly bad. So it's always good to see sort of, what writers are saying about them. Is there emphasis and are the judges sort of right for you? Or should you better go to a different screenwriting competition, let's say, that's sort of closer to your ambition with a particular project? So always do your due diligence around this. And certainly, I mean, just because we had a sort of conversation about that yesterday, and certainly because a lot of the screenwriting competitions provide feedback, or some of them, if you've paid for feedback, and certainly for Rockcliffe, I've heard it's very helpful. Let's say these other ones we heard from yesterday, then get back to them and say, look, I've paid for feedback and, I don't understand this. And, this sentence doesn't mean anything. By all means, get back to them and complain.